morning, everybody. It is frickin' cold. And by frickin', I mean a lot. It is a lot cold outside. Holy cow. I had to go to the doctor this morning. Well, I went to the labs. I went to the labs to get some blood drawn. See? And they took out 4 tubes of blood. She pulled out 2 and I'm like, okay. And then she pulled out 2 more and I'm like, holy cow. So, and the tests have already started to roll in. Hemoglobin and blah, blah, blah. The other both of those are normal. And now I got this new one that I saw pop up having to do with cancerous tumors, the testing for in blood, which well below average. Or well below, I think it's like 4.0 is like, and lower is normal, and I'm like a 0.35. So whatever those tumors are, and that's a test from the urologist. So it must be a downstairs test through the blood. So that's good, and they're just going to keep on rolling in all day. I'm so excited. If you want to play-by-play, let me know. I might just post it on Blue Sky. I don't know why not. I think people should see other people. Ooh, yeah, this is the Peppermint Bark, by the way. Now, ground coffee, remember, it's the people that are ashamed of their delicious coffee, which is really weird. Manufactured and roasted by Ferris Coffee Company. They're from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Northwest Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yeah, I mean, there's just no identifier on here. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be Fresh Thyme's branded, but Fresh Thyme's not even on this. So, and it's really weird because it's absolutely delicious. I'm gonna get me a nice, strong 20, 30, 32. Let's do a 32. Why not? All the coffees. I've earned it today. They took out tubes of blood. 4 tubes of blood. And it doesn't hurt. The one constant, regardless of whom seems to be drawing blood at that blood lab, the one constant is I've never felt it. It is always in, drawn out. And it was the exact same thing today until we got to the 4th tube. And then it started to ache. And I've never had it ache before. And it's not the blood, the nurse's fault at all. It's just weird because it just started to ache, and I don't know why. Maybe she moved it a little bit. It's not her fault. It was just weird. It was just a weird ache. But generally, when I go to that blood lab, since I started going to that blood lab, I've never felt it. Never felt it at all. So now I got the hiccups, and I don't know why. So, but yeah, so now the tests are going to start rolling in on my email. Go visit the My Chart to see. And the one I'm really dreading is the A1C. The A1C is going to be after this Thanksgiving weekend. This may not have been the best time to do a blood draw. I will say though, I didn't gain much weight or any weight at all, really. Right now I'm in the fluctuating stage. I will say I haven't exercised since Wednesday of last week. We've been running around a lot, and even this weekend we were doing some running around. And then yesterday I put the tires on my car. I took them to the tire place, and even it's another weird complaint that I have that ends in a good way, I guess. The tire place I go to used to be very consistent. In the past 2 or 3 years, because since I bought my first car back in 2010, we've been going to the same tire place, and they put the new wheels and tires on my 2010, what was that? It was a Mitsubishi Sportback Rally Art. I loved that car. Car was amazing. I missed that car. It was just the most badass looking front end on it. And even, I love wagons. I'm just a huge wagon fan. But it just had the most badass looking front end on it. I hauled that love seat over there in the back of that Mitsubishi when we bought it at a second-hand furniture place. Come over here. Come over here and look at the couch with me. This couch right here, this lovely couch that has survived 2 houses. And I mean, nobody sits in it because it's awkward. Speaking of awkward, box cat. So yeah, I mean, we've been going there and it used to be the same manager, and of course managers don't, I mean, managers leave, and I think it was about 5 or 6 years ago, new management was in there. Not it wasn't facelifted or changed or anything. It's just that, a new manager was hired into the place because the other one left. It's a national tire brand, I think. It's become more and more inconsistent. I took Matt's car in last week, just so he could, because he's the one who drives back and forth to work 3 days a week at least. So it's like, I want his tires just in case something happens, because I don't move mine that often. So I just wanted his tires to be ready to go. So I took it there. I got there at 11, and I told this story last week, but I got it there at about 11 o'clock, maybe 11:30. Didn't make an appointment, and they weren't done with it until 5:45. So it took them 6.5 hours to get to the vehicle. Fast forward to yesterday, I actually placed an appointment this time for my car and got it in there at 2:30, and they didn't get it done until like 5. So the appointment was for 2:30, but they were so far behind, it didn't get done until 5. So I just don't know what the point of an appointment is if you can get there at 2:30, because there were people that were still coming in at 2:30 after me that didn't have appointments that were getting scheduled to get in that day. So I don't know what the point of having an appointment in the system is, I guess, at that point, But anyway, so it was frustrating up to that point because I wanted to sit and stay, he was doing work stuff, and he didn't need to follow me there and pick me up. So I just wanted to kind of sit there and just stay. And oops. Oh, nope. I held it for too long. There we go. All right. And, I just wanted to sit there and I wanted to stay because it's like, it's nothing wrong with that. The waiting room is fine. There are enough chairs for the most part, but it just, it started to creep and creep and creep. And then it got to about 4 o'clock and I'm like, oh, for God's sakes, So I went across the street, went to the gas station, got some chips, $3.50. There we go. And, came back and because I was hungry, I'd been there, I hadn't eaten, and I was awkward. So, but when it did become my turn, the young man that was doing the, and they only had 2 bays open for some reason. Well, not for some reason. They didn't have techs there. They didn't have enough techs there. When I brought Matt's car there, they were wall to wall and had all 4 bays going. That yesterday was a 2-bay affair, and they were getting them done as quickly as they can. They overload those. They overload the techs. They just do. They really do. They schedule too much, and they promise too much, and then the techs have to kind of suffer, And that's when you get burnout. And it's like, why put yourself through that? I mean, I guess it's going to be the same everywhere you go, especially when it comes to, that kind of work. But it just seems like you're just going to burn people out by scheduling. So not only do you schedule, not only do they have a full schedule, because I took one of the last 2 scheduled times, not only did they take up all that, are they taking the full schedule, but they're doing walk-ins as well. So, it's just constant. And I hopefully they earn a lot of money, because the burnout for that kind of stuff is real. So, hopefully they get paid a lot. But anyway, so that was yesterday. So I took the car in to get the tires taken care of. Hopefully it'll be warm sometime this week. I think Matt said it's going to be like in the 50s more or less on Saturday and Sunday. So I'll have the tires out and wash them up and put them away properly by Sunday evening, I think. So, because they need to be washed. We drove them to Cleveland, and then we drove them back down Friday was the journey down to my parents' house for Thanksgiving. So it was, so I had those summer tires on still, and boy, I was driving on eggshells, because I'm like, it is cold, it is below freezing outside, these tires aren't going to heat up enough, but they did a really good job, and we didn't run into any snow on the road. There was snow flurries and a bit of dusting on the highway as we were driving northbound, but and southbound actually on Friday there was a little bit of snow on the ground, but there wasn't anything on the roads, and the roads were dry, so it was just a matter of the tires not heating up, so I wouldn't be able to do the speed run down the road from Marietta to my parents' house. So I couldn't do that speed run because it was too frickin' cold. So, which is fine. That's a spring, summer thing anyway. But 4 minutes. That sounds great. All right, let's take this. Look how nice and dark that is. It smells like a wonderful hot chocolate. It almost makes you want to kind of put sugar in it, but you don't. I've kind of gotten past sugar and coffee. I will break for a sweet peppermint chocolate drink, coffee. But yeah, I just don't really feel like adding sugar to anything that I have here anymore. It just doesn't seem like, I don't know. I hate to say I've gotten past it, because that means that's something that maybe someone else should just get over it or get past it. I don't mean to say that. It's just not something that I really enjoy anymore. If you like that kind of thing, you should totally rock that and own it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that I kind of try to seek out coffees that have their own individual flavor to it. And if you get and I don't want to diss on people that drink like Sanka or, Maxwell House or Folgers or anything like that, the instant coffee stuff or the stuff that's pre-ground. Like this was pre-ground, but it was made, it was ground and made, and it's specialty coffee, I guess, candy coffee. But it's just I definitely can't do those coffees anymore. It's just they're just too bitter. I don't know. There's just a bad flavor taste that comes with them now. So for me, but I will say though, even the McDonald's coffee, their cinnamon coffee, which I should go get some of their cinnamon coffee. I wonder if the McDonald's has their cinnamon coffee out. I would assume so. I thought it was like a Christmassy kind of flavor. It's really good. It's got a wonderful bright cinnamon flavor to it, and you still get coffee, but it's not great coffee, but you still get coffee. But the main attraction is the cinnamon. The cinnamon's delicious. So the McDonald's, it's pre-ground in bag in store, and I thoroughly enjoy that thing. So all right, we know how this. Well, we didn't do it through the Clever, so we're not exactly sure. We did it through the Chemex, so we don't know how this will go. You taste more of the coffee. Oh, there's a lot more bitterness there. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. It seems like you get more peppermint through the Chemex. The Clever seems to bring out a little bit more of the bitterness of the coffee, which it definitely doesn't stand up. You still get quite a bit of peppermint. You just don't get that nice, because with the Chemex, you got this really nice. It kind of coated your tongue a little bit, so that when you would take a breath in, it would do that thing that peppermint does, makes everything feel colder as you're breathing in. It's just that reaction that your tongue has with peppermint. This is not doing that, because it did do it last week, And we can try it again tomorrow with the Chemex. But it is not doing that with this, which is very interesting. You just get more coffee, and the coffee that they used is a little bitter for my taste. But this is still really good through the Chemex. And if you do it through like drip coffee, through one of those amazing all-in-one setups where you put the water in and then you put the coffee in the little basket and it's dripper. This would taste really good in a dripper. But in the Clever, it's just not, it's just a little bit too bitter for my taste. I almost want to add a little bit more water to it, which would dilute the peppermint, which would be sad. So this is a Chemex one. And that's good. That's a good thing. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Ours was pretty good, very uneventful. We enjoyed our times with our families, which is always nice. Turkeys were good. The turkey at Matt's cousin's, her husband Adam has this roaster, this pan roaster that's just this by this. It sits on the countertop, and the turkey just sizzles in it. Absolutely delicious. He brined it to almost perfection for 24 hours, and then he put it in there, and oh my God, it was the tastiest, the most delicious turkey. I even tried to tell him, he's like, oh, yeah, I just put the bird in. And it's like, I realize that, but, you also brined it and you did a lot of other different things, so it's like you watched it. The one thing he didn't do, though, was he told everybody not to lift the lid, which I thought was really funny. Because all of the steam will escape, apparently. I don't know how that works. And then Matt made his potatoes, and his potatoes are awesome because he does it through a ricer. If you've never seen one, this is a potato ricer. So you either boil them to a consistency, or what he did is he put them in the oven. I think it was like at 350, whole, at 350 for an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. And they get really soft. And then he would take a kitchen towel, and the skin becomes so soft that you can just use the kitchen towel to remove the skin. And then you just plop the potato in there. And it's just like a garlic press, except it goes through the holes, it rices them, it makes them little strands, and then you don't mix them as hard. It's more of a folding motion when you fold in the cream.
What does that mean?
And garlic, butter, because usually you add milk and butter, and then you do the hand mixing. That's what my family traditionally would do. But he discovered this recipe, and it's you boil milk, garlic, butter, and thyme in a pot for a little while, and then it just turns into this beautiful, delicious mixture, and then you pour it in the riced potatoes in the pot, and then you fold.
If you say fold in one more time.
It says fold it in!
Because and then what's really cool is that when you put those things in the oven, the potatoes, and you pull them out, they taste so good just by themselves. Because you'll be ricing them, and then you'll pull it back up, and then you'll get like a little bit of potato around the edge because it all doesn't want to go through the holes. So the friction causes the potato. So you just kind of take the potato and you eat it. Oh, it's just, and they don't put anything on it. It's just potato, and for some reason, it just tastes really good. So we had riced potatoes and stuffing and all the good. He even made rolls, and they were the tastiest yeasty rolls I've ever had. Delicious. Yeah, and then we went to Mom and Dad's house, and their turkey was fine. And then I made scalloped corn, which is Matt's parents' recipe, Matt's family recipe, but for some reason I'm making the damn thing now. But it's really good. It's just basically corn, cream corn, Ritz crackers, 2 eggs for binding, and then butter out the yin yang. So like a whole stick and a half of butter in various places. So it's good. So no, we had a nice time. It was really good. It was nice to see everyone. And then we'll see him again on Christmas Eve for that celebration. So I wonder if I got any more test results have come in. Let's take a look real quick. Estradiol enhanced, and it is apparently normal. These are all brand new tests from the urologist because of the low testosterone thing I've been talking about that I've had. The topical that I've been putting on my shoulders has helped immensely with because it was very, very low. And the first test after 3 or 4 months of it, it was in the normal range. So which is great because it was well below normal. So and it's shot up pretty good. So I'm just really excited and hopeful for the A1C because I think we got the testosterone thing figured out. And I guess that's why they took 4 tubes of blood because the last time it was just the testosterone that they were testing for. So I guess he's running tests for different things now because now he is my doctor. And I guess that's how that works, I suppose. Whatever needs to be done. So we'll wait for the A1C. And I'm on Blue Sky Social. I don't quite remember mine. I'll put it in the description if anyone's interested. I'll just post my. We should be supporting each other by letting each other know that these kind of things are things that we should be doing for ourselves. If you have a doctor, you should consider going and just running tests to make sure you are okay because that's a big part of getting older. I am going to be 48 years old in 2 weeks ish. 2 weeks? Hell if I know. And I'm going to be 48 years old. So it's never too late to do that kind of a thing. But I definitely would recommend folks getting themselves tested for whatever, testosterone, cholesterol, your A1C, blood sugar, to make sure everything is running properly. Because if it's not running properly, we should get it running properly. So, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't care what influencers are telling you to do on their whatever. So the people that don't have PhDs, the people that are pushing supplements, you need to see a doctor, a trained person, a person who will be there for you, who will be able to either prescribe you exercise or a diet or a medication. Don't rely on people on Twitter or Threads or Instagram or whatever. If they are not, doctors are there for you. That's why they're there. Influencers are not there for you. They're there for a follower count. So that's just me. It's just my advice. So anyway, thank you so much for watching today, right, Indy? I really appreciate it. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Have a great night. And we'll see you later. Bye.